Fuck you, I'm smarter, bitch.
I can't believe you're gonna rig this game.
We don't want to feel dumb anymore.
I feel so stupid right now.
We're here to find out if we're actually dumb. Don't ask us any questions.
Two bumbling morons. Fuck you, I'm smarter.
Welcome to Fuck You, I'm Smarter, the comedy game show where we compete with a guest to be crowned the smartest person in the room. Zoom, YouTube Live.
Soon to be on Twitch.
Yeah, maybe.
Soon.
We'll see how long that takes
Soon
us.
meaning maybe.
We'll
and maybe never.
I mean, it probably, look,
What?
never
Well,
say never.
No, I didn't. I did.
But we'll see what happens.
We're going to watch and we're going to see and we're going to wait patiently.
Kelly, I haven't seen you in like a week.
I know. You went to the Madonna Inn without me.
I saw you after I did that.
Oh, really? What did we do? Oh, we went to a Halloween
recorded
party.
an episode.
Oh,
and
we
I went to
recorded
a Halloween party. I'm really excited about this next guest because they are a friend of the show, Miranda Parham.
Right.
Who,
Miranda Parham was our guest. Miranda Kathleen.
Yes, I think we said Miranda Kathleen.
She was very early on.
She
like
was
last
maybe
year.
first 10 episodes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And Miranda introduced us to our next guest.
Yes.
Should we just get into it?
Let's get into it. Let's go.
All right.
Let's do
You
it. Here we
may
are.
have seen them on Netflix.
Yes.
Disney Plus.
Yes.
Which I need to get a subscription for now that we're having this guest. They're a comedian, an actor, Ever Mainard. How are you?
Good. How are you? How are y'all doing?
We're doing well. Thank you for asking.
We are good. We're so excited to have you.
I'm excited to be here. It's dope. It's like a nice Thursday
Just a
afternoon.
sensible Thursday afternoon. Just do a little game show.
Yeah.
So how do you
Why
know
not?
Miranda? Have you guys worked together?
Yeah, we worked
Professionally.
together.
Nice.
Professionally, and then also just like through comedy. And
Yeah.
we actually have a lot of mutual friends through Groundlings that we found out. So that was
Oh, cool.
lovely.
nice.
Nice.
Yeah. We were all fun.
So tell us about
So-
the stuff that you're doing. You're like
Killing
you're
it.
a famous actor. You're fucking killing
well, I
it.
don't know about that.
Well, it's more famous than us. I don't know. Your star meter rating is woo on IMDb. Like,
I mean, I did Google search one time how much I was worth, and it said like 14 million, and I was like, okay.
you're like, where is that?
Who is making this?
When do I get to see that?
Where are those residuals?
That's
right.
Like,
That's
Every
interesting.
person that has ever said something about what they're worth on Google has
Right.
always said it is like way
astronomical.
beyond what
Yeah.
they're worth.
it's hysterical.
Who's making
Yeah.
up these numbers?
I don't know.
It's-
a bad accountant.
They have a really weird like mathematician that's our level of math in there in
Well,
the Googles.
we're sorry we're not paying you to do this.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Ever, where are you from?
I'm just gonna go back to taking it. I'm from Little River, Texas, originally, which is an hour outside of Austin. So rural area farming community.
All right.
Just
What
tight.
was that like growing up in Texas?
I mean, I grew up in a school where we had 200 students total.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, it was quite. I also realized I should have gotten my ring light. I've got like a really weird moody light situation going on.
You can go grab one if you want to. It's up to you.
I don't.
I think
It's gonna
the
be a
sh-
lot
I
of
think
digging
the
through a
the
closet.
shadows add like depth and mystery, and I think that
Like a little Phantom of the Opera moment.
it's not that bad. Don't worry. You
Yeah,
look,
okay,
you look fabulous.
Thanks. But I was with like the goth kids, and there were
Yeah.
like 50 people in our class, and everybody else was wearing like Hollister, Abercrombie and Fitch.
Right.
And this is like in the early aughts, the
Mhm.
early 2000s.
Mhm.
I mean, a lot of guns in a way where it's like, oh yeah, that's a gun. Like, people brought guns to school in their trucks because of hunting season.
Oh my God.
Wow. And
yes,
so, but they couldn't bring them inside, or
You-
did they?
they would just be in like trucks
Okay.
behind the seat.
Wow.
Which is
And
still-
my first
Yeah. Okay.
insane.
Yeah. It's a lot. It's just a
Yeah.
lot.
It's a lot to know that there's a gun on the premise, but
Right.
we all knew it was like, oh, it's dove hunting season.
Right.
So of course before school, it's like farming. It's like my favorite subjects were like ag and
Ag
athletics
meaning
and
for the
welding.
layman out
Like
there.
agriculture.
Got
Oh,
it.
yeah,
Okay.
like
Yeah. I'm sorry.
agriculture
Just
and like
okay.
welding and 4-H and like Future Farmers of America. I was in FFA.
Oh my God.
That's
we
so
had
cool.
that, but I don't know if anyone was in that where we lived.
It was just an empty classroom.
Yeah, I haven't thought about that in years. We're from Florida and I'm sure there were a lot of guns, but it wasn't like that. Like
yeah, it wasn't quite as rural.
because we didn't have people didn't hunt.
Right.
You know?
There was nowhere. I mean, I'm sure
They
some
just
people
shot. I mean-
hunted alligators, but
Who knows?
Yeah, I mean, we shot guns. My uncle bought a Dirty Harry replica gun because he
Amazing.
thought it was cool.
wow.
And it was a huge gun, and when you shot it, your hand went up, which is dangerous because you could pull the trigger as it goes up.
Ugh,
But you shot at hay bales or cans
Yeah.
or barns.
wow.
I've
So
only
it
shot
was
a
like
gun
that.
twice in my life at a shooting range.
I've
Yeah.
never. Is that crazy? I've
No, it's
never
not
shot
crazy.
a gun. I want to. I think it's good. Like
It's
I think
fun.
it'll be. I get excited thinking about going to a shooting range and seeing what that feels like. I think I'd be really nervous.
Yeah.
But I've never actually done it.
Yeah.
I find it exhilarating.
Yeah. I think it's
I like
think it's
it.
it's
It's
empowering.
bad, but
It
I
feels
like it.
empowering.
Ever. So you were a goth kid, which Kelly, you were a bit of a goth
Yeah,
kid.
I was like a mix of like goth, hippie, raver. I was like kind of a mix of all things, but I had a pretty deep goth phase. I mean, you look at pictures of me dressed up to go out when I was in high school, I'm like, I look like a goth kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like Hot Topic clearance goth kid.
Got
Like,
it.
We would go to Austin right before school started and get our little Hot Topic gear.
Yeah. I love
Me and my
that.
friends.
Hot Topic at
Topic.
one point was like really edgy and cool, but I don't know
Was
if you've
it?
been there lately, but it's
Oh, I haven't.
Yeah, has
Is
it been cool?
Does it still exist?
it felt cool
It's
at
like
the time.
Pikachu.
It's
It's like a Pikachu
yes.
moment. A lot of Pokemon.
You
Okay.
can
Yeah.
go to Hot Topic now and you can get like Batman socks and like there's all sorts of socks and buttons and stuff, but it's not as like edgy as it was when we were younger.
I used to buy my Manic Panic hair dye there.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah. And you would go and you get your little Rammstein, Marilyn Manson.
Right,
Yes.
exactly. All your
Shirt.
accoutrement.
Yeah, your little spike bracelets.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think I sent you guys a photo of like just pure goth.
Oh, let me.
goth
I gotta
vibe.
see it.
Well,
We'll
baby
definitely be
goth,
posting
not
that.
as
Oh,
goth.
hell
Okay.
yeah.
Oh yeah, that's.
Oh, but look at your
So I found
precious
those.
school picture.
And there's a giant snake. Yeah, we would have been friends.
Oh, yeah, for
We
sure.
would have totally
Yeah.
been friends.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, these pictures are
Yep.
great. I can't wait for
Really
our listeners
nice
to see this.
So
I was also.
oh, go ahead. No, go ahead.
I was also the co-president of the Fellowship of Christian Athletes, so just a lot of
You were all
had
over the map.
You really had a lot going on. So you
Mixed
were
messages.
a good mixed messages. Were you a good student or good in quotes? I mean, did you like
in
test
the
well?
subjects that I cared about. Yeah. I was in like honors English and biology, and I liked those subjects, so I tried hard.
Right.
And the other ones could get fucked.
Totally.
Like,
And they
as far
did.
as-
Yeah.
And you know
Hard,
what?
behind
Has
the
that-
bleachers. Like,
Yeah. Have I taken that throughout my life? Yes. And has it helped me? No. Try harder.
Absolutely.
My favorite thing about Ever's email back to us
Mm-hmm.
was that you were the mascot.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you were a bumblebee? Is that, or is it a honeybee?
Yeah. We were the fighting bumblebees.
Wow.
So
Tough.
we're near. Tough. We were near Waco. So we're in between Waco and Austin, and near Waco is Baylor University. So when Academy, I guess, incorporated or became a town, and they had a high school. I can't believe I'm remembering this history. It was just like ingrained at us.
Yes.
Baylor donated all the football gear, and it was B, and they were like, "Oh, well, we'll be the fighting bumblebees."
Because what starts with a B?
And-
Yeah.
Right, a bumblebee.
Right.
But I had like 4 arms that would move, and then a huge stinger, and grown men thought it was like funny to take the stinger and like hump it.
Of course.
And
Oh,
and it's
classic.
like there's a young
child.
child in here.
Yeah. Classic trash. Yeah.
Just literally trash. And it was Baxter the bee.
It could have been
Yeah.
a bear. like, isn't that a tougher animal? I mean, I guess that bees do sting. So, I mean, yeah.
They couldn't get the suit, I guess.
Yeah, they couldn't get rights to it. The
they
Bear
didn't get rights to the
Association of America.
Yeah.
How were you
Yeah.
crowned the Bumblebee? Like, how did that go down?
How did you become the mascot? Did you have to audition? Like, show us your best flight.
I got it. Even though I was like a little freaky deaky goth kid, I was still like the little mayor of the school.
Mm-hmm.
Cute.
So I was nominated. I was still like popular.
Yeah.
So I was nominated, and that's actually what I lettered in. I got my Letterman jacket for being the mascot. I wanted to figure out how to do it professionally, and then when I lived in Chicago for like Second City and stuff, some of my friends were friends with the Chicago Bulls mascot, and they're like, it's not what you want.
No, ever. I worked for the NHL, and we would have a mascot. We would have like an All-Stars game. So all the mascots would come for the All-Stars game. So you would meet all the hockey teams' mascots. Like for like a week, they'd be like hanging around. You didn't want to be a part of that crowd.
I don't think so.
I just imagine that the Chicago Bull mascot in his mascot like costume outfit,
Bull?
like
costume?
whatever it's called.
What the fuck is this?
Yeah.
In like the corner of a bar smoking a cigarette, like BoJack Horseman, just like, it's terrible. You don't
Yeah.
want
You don't want to
to
do it.
It's
It
not
just
good.
seems kind of skeezy,
Yeah.
like an open mic comic hitting on chicks at a bar.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
the vibe.
for
I
sure.
got.
Yeah.
Like a North Hollywood open mic. too.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
just like Deep Valley.
Yeah.
This guy's not going anywhere in his life, but he thinks he is with like a fedora. You know,
Yeah.
he's like hitting on a 22-year-old.
This is actually a great premise for
Very
for
specific.
a show, though, that you should
It
write.
is.
Yeah.
Ooh, has there been a show about a like
Mascots?
has been mascot?
I don't know.
I don't know. There
Write it
is
down.
now.
Oh
Right.
my
Like,
god.
has
Amazing. Like writing down
Ideas.
Ever will star as Bumblebee in new Netflix special.
Okay, well, I mean, I have a game that
Ooh.
just ricochets right off of this.
I think we should go
Right,
for it.
Okay,
then.
all right.
Great.
Are we ready to play?
I'm ready to play.
I'm ready.
All right.
Yes.
Fuck you, I'm smarter.
Okay, so we're going to play a game all about mascots.
Cool.
Now, Lindsay hates when I don't name my games, but for the life of me, I could not think of anything clever. So this is called Mascot Quiz.
Cool. Cool.
You let me
Cool.
know. Lindsay will probably think of something genius and punny and silly and
Mine
dad
are
joke.
never
No, they're
good.
dad jokes.
Yeah, mine are always dad jokes.
Mascot quiz. All right. Let's start with our guest Ever. Ever. A mascot, we're going deep into the history here, okay?
Wow.
A mascot
Okay.
is an object or being, animal, character, animated object that represents a group, entity, or company. First used by French poet Frédéric Mistral in the 19th century, the word mascot is derived from the Provençal word mascoto, which originally meant what? I'll give you an A, B, and C. Does it mean A, clown, B, fate, or C, nightmarish, large, and enthusiastic animal-human hybrid?
So stupid.
Probably C, right? But I bet it's A. Is it C?
No, it's actually B.
What does it mean?
Fate.
What is
A fate?
Fate. Yes, originally the word mascoto means fate, and then it came to mean talisman or charm, so like a good luck charm.
Oh, that makes sense.
That
Yes.
does
It
It
make
wards off
sense.
ill fate and brings protection and success.
I see what they did there.
You see what they did?
I see what they did. I don't agree with it, but I see.
Yeah,
I don't-
I acknowledge.
It's too deep.
It's
you know
a
what
little.
I mean?
I
It's
went
a little
deep.
too
I went deep. Yeah, it's
Okay.
too
It's
deep
too
for you,
much.
Lens. You would like to keep it.
I like
keep
keep
it
it
like
simple.
keep it below 100 as far as IQ level.
Yes,
right? Yeah.
please.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Lindsay, number 2.
Yes.
According to semiologist Jean-Claude Boulay, a mascot
Nobody
can.
even knows what semiologists mean.
No,
Okay. Yeah.
definitely not.
These are unfair.
Funny you should ask that. A mascot can convey affection through personification and inspire trust by creating a connection and a bond. Lindsay, what is semiology? Also known as semiotics.
Okay, I'm thinking of like symbiotic relationships or like
Would you like an A, B, and C?
yes.
A, the study of signs and symbols. B, the study of the origin of humans, or C, the study of nightmarish, large, and enthusiastic
with that.
animal-human.
It's not C.
Stop it with that. Okay, so relationships or symbols?
Origin of humans, signs and symbols.
Wow. I'm going to go relationships.
No, I never said the word relationships.
What was it?
Origin of humans.
That's what I meant.
Yeah.
Was that
Did you
it?
say whore? Did
No.
you call me a whore?
I didn't say whore.
Oh, okay.
You
Why would you say that?
Is that what it was?
It's the sign. It's signs and symbols.
Oh, I thought you were trying to throw me off.
Okay.
Wow. Didn't get that one. Did I ever?
Did I
We
ever?
both didn't get it.
It's okay. I actually, one of our guests, not that long ago on the show, said that they wanted to study semiotics. And I remember going, what the fuck is that? But I didn't want to sound
Yeah,
stupid,
sure.
so I don't think I asked. And
Who
then
was it?
I don't remember. And then I looked it up, and I was like, oh, that makes sense.
I used to date somebody that was getting their PhD, and they would use all these big words, and I'd be like, yeah, right, and I would parrot it back to them, and then later that night I would just look up the words in the bathroom.
That's what you got to do.
You got to do it.
Yeah, oh, oops.
Right.
Hey, I don't actually agree with that, you know? Like,
What did I just agree to? Yeah.
Whoops.
Oh, actually, this person is terrible and racist,
That's not
and
what
I don't even know.
Yeah. No, it wasn't anything.
Hilarious.
No.
I jest. Okay, Ever, number 3.
Okay, great.
Okay, brand mascots. Of these brand mascots, who is the oldest? I'm going to give you an A, B, and C.
Your mom.
Whoa.
Tight.
We just met. Chill out.
Yes, she represents human origins.
Yeah.
Is it A, Mr. Peanut, B, the Monopoly Man, or C, the Michelin Man? Who is the oldest? Who came out first?
I'm trying to think. So, I do believe the French.
I like where you're going.
The French did some really bad things in Vietnam to the rubber trees. So I'm like, okay, they had figured this out. I wouldn't say figured it out. I'm trying to think like, okay, Mr. Peanut. When would they have started selling peanuts as a commodity? I'm going to go...
Smart.
I'm going to say Michelin Man.
Ding, 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 ding. That is correct,
Whoa.
Ever. The Michelin
Genius.
Man. Being presented to the world in 1894 at the
World's
Lyon exhibit by the Michelin brothers.
Wow.
The idea behind this plump brand mascot design was to represent a person made of tires. Yep, 1894.
Wow.
Yep, and that was French. I assume Lyon exhibit, Michelin brothers sounds French to me.
Well,
I have a
Ever got one right, so the game
Good.
has officially started.
perfect. I have an extra credit question for both of you. Either one of you can answer. You both can answer. Who is the oldest brand mascot still alive, still kicking, still representing their brand? Who is the oldest
Ooh.
brand mascot?
Still
So
alive.
Even a few years, almost 20 years older than the Michelin Man.
Wow.
I feel like it would be an English brand or a French.
Oatmeal, like the oatmeal guy.
Yes.
Is that right?
Yes. Quaker
Whoa,
Oatmeal.
Quaker Oats.
Wow.
That was awesome.
1877 he dates back to.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, good job,
Wow.
Lynn.
Thank you.
Great
guys.
job.
Are you sweating?
Thank you guys.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was
Okay,
great.
here's one.
That was
Actually, I have
awesome.
one
Thank
more
you.
extra credit for both
Okay.
of you. So, Ever,
Okay.
you have a chance to get an extra credit here. Which brand mascot officially died in 2020 as a marketing ploy devised to drum up
The
attention?
Redskins.
That is. I'll give you a point for that.
Oh, damn.
But
Okay.
no. But listen to the. I'm going to give you a point for that because that is true.
Okay.
So this brand mascot. So not a team mascot.
Brand. It's a
Yeah,
key
that's
word.
okay.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
But you still get a point because that's important to know.
Okay.
This brand mascot officially died in 2020 as a marketing ploy devised to drum up attention for an advertising campaign tied to the Super Bowl in 2020. So they tweeted out, the brand tweeted out that their mascot had died.
Wow.
And now it's being it now goes by the estate of brand mascot. Like he actually was a person who died.
Ooh. I don't know.
Well, it's not Tony the Tiger. Is it? Can I get a hint? Is it a cereal brand?
It's
is it
not.
a foods brand?
It's not a cereal brand, but it is food.
Is it the Hamburglar?
No, he didn't die as far as we know.
It's not a cereal brand, but it is food. And it's the estate of.
Now it is the estate.
The Pringles man?
No, good guess. Good guess.
Gosh, what are the brand
Super
foods are there?
Bowl. The Super Bowl. The Super Bowl.
Is it something to do with a raisin?
No, getting closer.
Do you have a hint for us?
Let's see if I can find a fun hint.
Closer to a raisin, you say.
104 years old.
Not a prune.
Not a prune. Not a fruit. Maybe.
The Green Giant?
No.
I feel like it is
technically
peanut.
another legume. I think.
Mr. Peanut?
Yes, it's Mr. Peanut.
I remember like
he died.
He died. Yeah. The estate of Mr. Peanut. You don't get a point for that. I'm sorry, because it took too many guesses.
It took too long. I understand.
But it was fun getting there. Okay. So yeah.
I don't like that. Yeah. Why did he die?
It was just a marketing ploy.
Too many people died in 2020.
I know, that's actually kind of fucked up.
Yeah. And also, is it because he's old and Hollywood only likes young people?
It's very ageist. Yeah, that's pretty
it feels
fucked up.
ageist.
It really does.
It does. Yeah.
It's like we don't need to be reminded of.
Yeah, let's try to
you're right. Enough real people died. Like why we can't
looking right.
Yeah. Stop minimizing death.
They should have reborn him. You know?
Yeah.
Rebirth?
Christian. He's Christian now.
Yeah, I want to see him find Jesus again. That's what I want to see.
That's the movie I want to watch.
Mr. Peanut
The Journey
finds
of Mr.
Jesus
Peanut.
again.
The Passion of the Nut.
The Passion of the
Love it.
Nut. And there
Love
it is.
And there it is.
Lindsay, born in
the USA.
1983. Yeah. Born in 1983. We meet Captain Morgan. Captain Morgan comes around. He was inspired by a real person. Okay. Which one of these statements is not true about the real Captain Morgan?
Okay.
Not true.
Okay.
A, he was a 17th century Welsh privateer and admiral in the Royal Navy, the British Royal Navy, whose main job was to raid Spanish settlements in the Caribbean.
Okay.
B, he owned 131 enslaved Africans on his 3 plantations in Jamaica, and upon his death, he freed them all. Or C, in a 3-year period, he was arrested by King Charles II, then knighted, and then became governor of Jamaica.
I know this one. You're asking about which one's the
Not
fake
true.
one?
Which one's not true?
Yeah.
Can you tell me what A is again?
A is, he was a 17th century Welsh privateer and admiral of the British Royal Navy, whose main job was to raid Spanish settlements in the Caribbean.
Can I say B?
That is correct.
Yes.
And
I mean, I'm not condoning what he did, but I'm glad I got a point.
yeah, of course. Well, you're correct because he in no way, shape, or form freed anyone.
Yeah.
There's a really great documentary about pirates and like how fucked up the British were.
Yeah.
They had hired pirates to do this.
He was one of them. Basically,
yeah, he was a piece of shit.
Yeah, total
Yeah.
piece of shit.
Wow.
It's disgusting. Yeah. Wait, so
They
what's
all
the
are,
documentary?
but-
Yeah, I mean.
I think it's on Netflix, but it's a documentary on pirates.
Oh,
And
I
they
wanna
talk- and I was
see
like,
that.
This will be fun. And then you find out like,
It's very dark. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't like this.
Wow.
You know, and then like they were like raiding. Then there's also obviously like slavery is
Yeah.
also a large part of it, and then we find out the British just like it's nuts.
It's
I
nuts.
just recommend it. It will make you sad and angry.
Yeah, but what doesn't?
But
What doesn't?
why not?
Yeah, yeah. Why not? No, it's interesting stuff though. I think it's good. It's good to know.
Well, it's
about.
good to know that.
Yeah.
I mean, I had no idea that was a thing.
Yeah, we think we dress up as pirates for Halloween. We're like, they're great. Like, no, they enslaved people, they raided people, they raped people, they did all kinds of terrible things.
And it was an inside job. You know?
Yep. Just like 9/11. Just kidding.
Crazy.
Just kidding. Not a conspiracy theorist podcast. Just kidding.
I think
I did see an InfoWars sticker today. On the 134, I was like, oh.
Wow. There's a lot. Well, just
Wow.
wait till my next game. Never mind.
Okay.
Okay, 2 more quickies. Ever. University of Hawaii at Manoa's football team is now known simply as the Warriors. They changed it in 2000 from what? A, the Rainbow Warriors, B, the Savage Warriors, or C, the Native Warriors? University of Hawaii.
I bet it was Savage.
No, actually, it was the Rainbow Warriors.
Why'd they
I felt like
change
it seemed
it?
like some
Because
white
they're
person would just
homophobic.
be like,
They literally changed it because the kids were like, rainbow is like for gay people. So like that, I don't know if I want, I don't know. That's,
Wow.
But so anyway, some of the student athletes had feelings in regards to the name. So in response to these homophobic feelings, the school revamped its logo into a rainbow-less block letter H and let each team select its own mascot. So as a result, the football team is now just the Warriors. The basketball team, though, stuck with Rainbow Warriors. And the even more progressive baseball team is just called the Rainbows. So
Cute.
it has
that's fun.
So
I
it's
like
kind of
that.
cute. Yeah.
yeah, that's cute.
Also, that you said that was in Hawaii.
Yeah.
Double Rainbow is the mascot
That's
of
true,
Hawaii. Do you
but
know
what
what I
does it
mean?
mean?
What does it
Yeah.
mean?
Lindsey, last
Yes.
question. Dartmouth College. This Ivy League school abandoned its unofficial Indian mascot in the 70s in favor of going by the longtime nickname the Big Green. Students missed having a real mascot, though. So in 2003, members of the humor magazine Dartmouth Jack-O-Lantern created a new one. What was it? A jack-o'-lantern, B, a giant green bean, or C, an anthropomorphic beer keg?
I want it to be that green bean real bad.
Is that your guess?
Yeah.
No.
Oh man.
It's a beer keg with legs and arms.
That's so dumb and lame.
Keggy the keg. They're stupid.
The green bean would have been so much cooler. Than
so much
that.
cooler.
I know.
Because what does
And
that have to do
very
with the big
stupid.
green?
And
Anyway.
longer and
Yes.
ganglier.
Yeah,
It just
yep.
would have been more fun.
Absolutely.
It would have been.
All right, guys, that was
Opportunity lost.
Yeah.
yeah, that was mascot quiz.
Good job.
Thank you.
All right. I didn't know this. Now I know this, that November is Native American Heritage Month. So in honor of that, we are going to play a game called Native American History is American History, you dum-dums.
Great.
How was
I
that?
like insulting the students right off the bat.
Yeah, you idiots. All right, so we're going to learn about Native Americans for Native American Heritage Month, also known as American Indian and Alaska Native Heritage Month. You can call
Rolls
it
off the tongue.
whatever you'd like. All right, let's start with Ever.
Mm-hmm.
So whenever we see movies, we mostly see male Native American warriors.
Right.
It's very rare we
Right.
see female warriors. And they're riding off into battle. And then we've got the women there making baskets, right? Making jewelry. But there were many warrior Native American women who fought alongside men. And one of the most famous was Buffalo Calf Road Woman. Love her name. Buffalo Calf Road Woman. That rolls off the tongue, doesn't it?
It does.
So she was actually a member of the Northern Cheyenne tribe, and she fought in the Battle of Rosebud and also in the Battle of Little Bighorn. Have you guys heard of Little Bighorn? That's a big one. Okay, good.
It's a big horn.
So, according
Depending on who you ask.
to the elders of the Northern Cheyenne tribe, they believe it was she that dealt the final blow during the battle of Little Bighorn.
Okay.
Okay. Who did she kill? So this is forever. Did she kill A, William Tecumseh Sherman, B, George Armstrong Custer, or C, Philip H. Sheridan?
I want to. For some reason, Custer came to my mind, but I feel like that was Civil War, right?
Which one?
Custer? I can't remember if Custer was. I want to say, okay, it's William.
Yeah, I don't know.
What's the first one?
William Tecumseh Sherman.
I think he's Civil War.
William Sherman, Bill Sherman. Something is, it's in between A and B for me. Custer's Last Stand. Maybe it's Custer.
Yes, that is correct.
Nice.
Ever.
Well done.
And you got the extra credit right that they also called this battle Custer's Last Stand. So I'm going to give you two.
There it goes.
2 points.
Nice.
All right. Again, her name is Buffalo Calf Road Woman.
Buffalo Calf Road Woman.
All right. Have you guys heard of the book, The Education of Little Tree? Did you read that in school?
No.
I hadn't either. But this apparently was a really famous book. So famous, in fact, it was like on Oprah's bestsellers. It was in all the schools.
Except ours, I guess.
I guess not.
What's it called?
It's called The Education of Little Tree. And it was said to be a memoir of a man named Forrest Carter. And it was about Forrest Carter's childhood, living with his Cherokee grandmother and part Cherokee grandfather. And it was praised for decades. And in 1991, historian Dan T. Clark proved in the New York Times what many had long suspected about the book. Kelly, what did he prove? Did he prove that A, Forrest Carter was white and he was actually related to Jimmy Carter?
Yikes.
B, that the book was written by a white supremacist? Supremacist? What is supremacist?
Supremacist.
C, the story wasn't Forrest's story at all. It was actually the story of a little kid that he grew up with, and he stole it, and he took all the credit.
Oh my God. C.
That is incorrect. Carter's real...
All of the above?
Carter's real name was... Oh no, did I delete it? Oh no. Oh no. Anyway, this guy was in the KKK at one point in his life.
So he was a white supremacist.
He was a white supremacist. He I don't know if he had like a change of heart and felt guilty. I tried to look up like why he wrote this book, because he wrote this book to make these people look good.
No.
So I don't know what
Whose story was it? A real story? He made it
No,
up?
he made it up. He made it up.
Garbage.
He made it up.
But he was a white supremacist who wrote a well-loved, beloved book with a Native American protagonist.
He had been an active participant in several white supremacist organizations, including the KKK and the White Citizens Council.
Garbage.
He was also a speechwriter for Governor George Wallace. He allegedly wrote Wallace's famous line, "Segregation now, segregation tomorrow, segregation forever."
Oof. That's rough.
Yep.
So did he write this book under like a pseudonym?
He wrote it under a
Or is that the
pseudonym.
name?
Now that
Oh, right, because you couldn't find what his
now
real
that
name
I'm
is.
thinking about it, his actual name is Carter, but he wrote it under a pseudonym, and I
Got
forget
it.
what that name was.
So we don't have to go out and read this book, I guess.
No. And so they proved this, and they even made. So you would think people would be like, "Well, that's not something that we're gonna read anymore."
No.
But there was like, when I was looking it up, there was even like a movie in 2004, like years after.
2004, after
they
they
made
knew
it
he was
into a movie.
Fucking white supremacist.
Isn't that insane? Okay, I'm gonna do two more.
Angry?
Okay.
Yeah, let's get into. Ooh, this one's a fun one. Okay, Ever.
Yeah. I actually, hang on. I'm going to cross
Yes.
this out because I wrote down, the education of blah, blah, blah.
No,
Cross
no.
that out.
Yeah,
I crossed that out.
fuck that
Yeah.
noise. I can't believe that story. It's so crazy, and the fact that they did a mini series and a movie. I forget the dates, but it was like in the 2000s.
Yeah,
It's
like
insane.
Let it go.
Let it go. Move on.
Move on. Find a book that was written by someone who actually lived that life.
Okay,
Because there are plenty.
Ever. You can thank these following tribes: the Sox, the Foxes, and the Assiniboine people to thank for this famous sport. The Native American tribes played a game called shinny. In shinny, a buckskin ball was hit down the field using a stick. What is this sport called today? Is it A, curling, B, croquet, or C, hockey? Shinny.
A is what again?
A is curling, B is croquet, C is hockey.
Which one is curling?
Curling's like the one you rub, like on the ice, and you rub it and the
Okay.
thing moves.
They like rub the ice.
They rub the ice
in
and the
front
ball
of the
moves.
big thing that slides.
It's like a disc.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's always really interesting when that comes on in the Olympics, and I'm like,
It's a lot of friction.
how long do I want to watch curling?
You know, it feels like we give the English credit for croquet, right?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right,
Ooh,
but
I don't know.
we
I
know
wanna say
we know they
croquet
were
or
all
hockey.
over here
Mm.
doing their business,
Right.
you know, taking shit back.
Let's
So.
take a chance on croquet, but if not croquet, I'm going to say hockey.
It is hockey. It
Yeah.
is hockey.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They-
I should have gone with my
They
gut.
even played ice hockey.
Wow.
They played it even on the ice. They played it on
That's
land
cool.
Yeah.
and on the ice. Isn't that awesome?
Oh, so I was thinking like field hockey, but I didn't know. Okay.
so
Yeah.
both, though, right? Yeah.
Sounds like
It's fun.
So it's a hockey.
All right, last question. And this
Land and
one's
ice,
this
yeah,
one's
okay.
really important because I definitely didn't learn this in school.
Is this for me?
I learned that
Yeah,
the
who's this for?
Mayflower, this is for Kelly.
Okay.
The Mayflower came over and the Native Americans helped them and everyone lived a happy
The first
life.
Thanksgiving and
And
Yeah,
they-
that was really a nice thing. It was
Yeah.
Such a nice story,
they were
right?
all friends forever.
And honestly, that's why we started this podcast because we were like,
We don't
what's
know the real
deal
shit."
with these stories?
Yeah.
So
You should do one about the Alamo.
we really
way,
should
for the future.
because I was just listening to something about the Alamo and I was blown away. We should definitely
Okay.
do an Alamo quiz. For
Remember
sure.
it.
Remember the Alamo.
You better remember it.
So
Can I do? And you do a quiz about the Alamo, and I'll do one about Pee Wee Herman.
love it.
Great.
That'll.
No, don't ruin Pee Wee Herman for me.
Yeah.
No, just because of
I-
the movie where he goes to the Alamo to find his bike.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was like, don't you do
Don't do that.
No, just
to
Pee Wee
me.
Herman's Big
I
Adventure.
got
No,
it.
I love him always.
So
that? Okay, so this one's about the Mayflower. Okay.
this is about a famous Native American. Okay.
Okay.
And this famous Native American helped the Pilgrims when they came over.
And I bet he regretted that.
He was a member of the Patuxet tribe
Okay.
and he helped them survive. But what many history books don't tell you is that he was able to help them because he spoke English better than most of the Native Americans at the time. Now, why did he speak English? I'll tell you.
Oh.
Well, it was because he was kidnapped.
Oh.
He was abducted by English explorer George Weymouth, who took him to Britain. And it was there that he learned English. Then he was returned to his homeland only to be abducted again
Oh,
by Englishman
God.
Thomas Hunt, who sold him into slavery in Spain. He was eventually returned back only to find that his entire tribe had been killed by smallpox. It was only then that he was able to help the Pilgrims
Well,
at the Mayflower.
See, isn't it good that he went through all that? Because then he was able to help. So it's worth it.
I mean, you guys, like I'm reading this and I'm like, wow, like
Yeah.
this squeaky clean story
No.
is just so ridiculous. So, was this Native American Squanto, Geronimo, or Samoset?
I've heard of Squanto and Geronimo.
Uh-huh. And then Samoset. Samoset.
I'm gonna just go. I'm gonna do a Geronimo.
Ooh,
No,
that
it's
is
not right.
incorrect. It is.
Was it Samoset?
It's actually Squanto,
Ah.
but
Damn.
Samoset and Squanto both helped them. But Squanto knew the English and he could communicate. So
Got it.
Samoset was also there,
But that wasn't his full
but
story.
it really,
Okay.
it really went all on Squanto
Squanto.
because Squanto could actually communicate with the people.
Wow, Squanto.
I know. God bless.
What a freaking history.
Yes. So there you go. That game was called
Native American also history, also American history.
You Dum
Dum.
Dums.
Oh, right. Okay.
That's what it was called.
Got it.
Yeah,
Dum Dum.
Well, here's the good news. Whew, it's recess.
Oh, thank God.
So we always ask our guests if they have an embarrassing story to tell us, and this is a great time to do that. Ever, do you have anything you want to share?
Sure. So, like I said, I grew up in rural Texas, and it is the type of place where and parts of Texas, I think, are still like this, where it's like shoes optional. Like, it's not out of the ordinary to see grown adults in a gas station barefoot, or parts of like small grocery stores barefoot,
Amazing.
or
Sure.
just being barefoot.
Right.
And I loved being barefoot. When I used to live in Chicago, I never got to be barefoot. So whenever I went home to visit, I was like,
Shoes came off immediately.
shoes came off immediately. And I also had like a real, like Tegan Sarah mullet that just kind of feathered out down. And at one time I had part rat-tailed, part mullet.
Wow.
Really
Gorgeous.
mid-2000s dyke.
You really
Just
embraced it.
Love it.
I really did. But when you are that type of dyke and then you go to Texas and you're wearing shorts and barefoot, you look like every other person in Texas.
Right.
They're like, oh yes, of course, welcome. But now they're like, you're tricking me. Like, you ain't right. Like, I go home, they call me sir, and they're like, you're not a sir. And it's like, I didn't say
it was.
Shit. But I have like a younger brother, and I remember it was his high school graduation. I was home, and I was wearing jorts and just like a nasty t-shirt that I had been doing lawn care with my mom all day, like yard work. And I was just like hanging out. My dad was like, hey, like, let's go to the high school and like meet some of your brother's friends, parents. I guess there was like a cap and gown pickup or something going on. And I was like, okay, cool. Like, I think my dad just wanted some support looking back, and just like maybe some one-on-one time with me.
Trying to have a bonding moment.
Yeah, it was nice, and I was like, oh, do I need shoes for this? And he's like, no, buddy, like, just hop in the truck. We're going to be in the truck. And I was like, okay. And like, the Texas heat is, you see the waves on the pavement.
Right.
Most of the time, the rubber or the asphalt will melt. Like, if you step on it, there's tar.
Wow.
Like, it's hot.
Yeah.
I could have walked into a pair of flip-flops. There's a pair of flip-flops by the front door. I could have just worn flip-flops.
Right. Just to have them.
And instead I was like, I'll go barefoot. I was going, ooh, over the gravel parking lot and the sidewalk to my dad's truck.
Oh my God.
We get in, and we're in the truck, and he puts it in park, and he's like, get out, I want you to meet. And I just remember like being like, I live in Chicago now. I'm 25. I don't live like this.
Right. This doesn't represent like who I really am.
And I couldn't stand still. I had to,
because your feet are burning.
they're burning off. And I remember just being like, I don't normally dress like this. And everybody else is like in their nice Wranglers and their boots.
Yeah.
Like, it was a dress up occasion, and I'm wearing jorts.
Oh.
And I think maybe it feels embarrassing to me because I want to be like, yeah, and now I live in Los Angeles.
Right. Right.
I do podcast.
Did you feel like people
Heard of them?
were people like kind of giving your feet the side eye? Did you feel like it was
think
very
it was
obvious
like,
you were out of place?
It was more a sense of like, there's a time to be barefoot, and we get that because we're going to go be barefoot in our yard, but this is not.
Right. You're not like in your backyard. Like, this is.
Right. We're at an
event.
Thing.
We're at a function.
That was an embarrassing moment.
That's beautiful.
I always, like, I do remember like one guy going like saying like, I've got nothing to be embarrassed about. Like,
yeah,
right.
I look just like everybody else, and I was like,
that's embarrassing. Actually, that's not a comfort.
I'm having a moment where I don't want to actually look like everybody.
It's humiliating.
I just also love like just the image of you like picking up your feet one at a time, like ooh, 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 ooh.
Yeah, like, and I was just like, oh my fucking God, it's so hot. Like, and I knew better. And like, you know, I think my dad also wanted to be like, here is, you know, my child who moved to Chicago and got out of this rural area.
Right.
Like,
Kind of
doing
trying to show you
things.
off.
Right. And I'm like, hey, y'all. Like,
You know what?
you know, like people.
This
I
also
love it.
reminds me of like the other night I was really, really, really cold and it was only like 60, 55 degrees outside. And I was like, wow, my New Yorker self would be like
So embarrassed
so
of you.
mad at me
Yeah.
right now that I like lost my like skin for
Yeah,
this.
you lost
like,
your edge.
Your feet couldn't handle
That's
that
a real
Texas
thing.
heat. And
Yeah.
it like
Yeah.
your soles were too soft
Yeah.
for that
Yeah.
Too
asphalt.
petite now. Yeah.
Yeah.
I do. That's a real thing because I used to bike in Chicago, and I got to a point where I was like riding a bike in negative 17-degree weather.
What?
And yeah,
Oh.
it's
Ugh.
insane.
That's
And
criminal.
I remember being like, I can't feel my face, and then I looked at the temperature because I like had to ride my bike
Oh
at
my
like
God.
4 a.m. to get to like the coffee shop I worked at,
Ugh.
and I built up such a tolerance that, you know, I'd come to LA and I would never wear a sweater, and even the first couple of years
Yeah.
I'd be like shorts weather all year long, and now I'm like, ooh,
No, it's your skin, your body like
chilly.
changes.
Yeah, it's like, oh, I don't like this.
Well, you don't have those
Cuddle me.
Texas soles anymore, do you ever?
My hoofs. Yeah.
I would love to see that. I would like love to see just like, oh,
You know what?
Nice to meet you.
I'm gonna send you all another photo.
Yes,
Of myself at that time,
yes, yes,
'cause
yes.
I do have that.
I love it. Yes, send us all the pictures.
Yeah.
We're gonna when this episode comes out, we post them all week. So send them on over.
Alrighty. Should we move on to our next period?
Let's do it.
All right. So this is not about conspiracies, but this is all about bees.
Woo!
In honor of Ever's shining moments as a
The
bumblebee. As a bumblebee. I was like, is it
Yep.
honeybee or bumblebee? Now I can't remember. As a
Bumblebee.
bumblebee mascot.
Wow.
So we're going to learn, and you also loved ag, as you call it, which bees have an important role in
ag.
And
They really
biology,
do.
et cetera, et cetera. So I thought this would be right up your alley. So all about bees. I'm actually gonna start with Lindsey for this one.
Great.
Because I feel like it's difficult and I just want
Oh, cool.
to
Thanks.
stump. Yeah.
Thanks.
Lindsey.
Yes.
Can you name 2 diseases or conditions that bee stings may have some health benefits for?
Ooh. Just out of my asshole,
Yeah,
or I'm not
right.
getting like an ABC?
Nope. You got to pull wherever. If you have them in your asshole, pull them out of there.
I'm gonna go with leprosy,
Incorrect.
and I'm gonna go with herpes, but only on your genitalia.
No, that is incorrect.
Great.
I think that's herpes. Is that herpes 2 or something? What is it?
See?
B? Yeah, whatever. Anyway. No, that's incorrect. But Ever, go ahead and guess. Do you have any guesses? Any?
I think it's a form of like muscle tension. I would assume the stinging goes in, and then your muscles inflame, and then they fight it.
Is Ever a genius?
I think Ever's a genius.
Is that one of them?
I feel like you're really close.
Okay, so it's not inflammation or
Yes.
or arthritis. Like
Yes,
yeah.
it is. It's arthritis.
What?
And then,
It's rheumatoid
okay, so
rheumatoid arthritis.
Rheumatoid?
Because it
rheumatoid.
Don't give me that
Rheumatoid arthritis.
rheumatoid.
Wow.
Rheumatoid.
Wow.
Okay, so that's the first one.
Yes.
And okay, give me an.
Yeah.
So the second one, I'm thinking of stings.
I'll give you a hint.
Lives. Okay.
It's a virus.
And it's not herpes.
And it's not herpes.
Well, it's not going to be HPV then.
It's not HPV.
I don't know.
It's HIV.
What?
Yeah.
Wow.
So a toxin in bee venom called melittin, MELITTIN, may prevent HIV. So it kills
Wow.
the HIV virus by poking holes in the virus's protective envelope.
Whoa.
So it's like a
Cool.
topical killer. Yeah.
Wow.
Pretty cool.
That's incredible.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep. Wow. Scientists at Washington University in St. Louis hope that the toxin can be used in preventative gels.
Wow.
I know.
That's cool.
Cool, right?
Yes.
All right. Ever. Number 2. True or bullshit? It's true or false?
Okay.
Bee brains age in reverse. Like Benjamin Buttons or Benjamin
Buttons.
Beatons.
I say that's bullshit.
No, it's true.
Whoa.
When aging bees do jobs usually reserved for younger members, their brains stop aging. In fact, their brains age in reverse. Imagine if riding a
Whoa.
tricycle didn't just make you feel young, it actually made your brain tick like a younger person.
Wow.
Scientists at
Ants do
Arizona.
something similar. Oh,
Yeah,
Do
I know.
they really?
Oh, I bet.
Yeah.
Scientists at Arizona State University believe the discovery can help us slow the onset of dementia. So,
Wow.
Very cool.
Ever,
Yeah.
what do ants do?
So they can speak by like releasing some sort of like chemical, or there's sort of like a hive mind. So there's the queen, and then they just automatically know, like, okay, we need X amount of like army ants, you could say, like defenders, and then X amount of people or ants getting food, right?
Uh-huh.
So when you're walking and you see a trail of ants, and there's always an even number. It's always like X amount here, X amount here, and they're doing their task. If you step on a trail of ants, automatically a signal goes out, and the same exact number of ants that were killed are pulled from the army ant area.
Whoa.
So there's always like
Whoa.
the queen and the hive,
Yeah.
or like the ant mound always knows
Right.
Wow.
the exact amount of worker ants or like
Right.
food scavenging
Right.
ants.
They have that
are
hive
needed.
mind thing going on.
Yeah.
That's
Wow,
so
that's
cool.
really cool.
I think that's fascinating. Bees and ants are
Yeah.
both fascinating creatures because of like their society that they have. It's wild.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. Lindsey.
Yes.
Okay, this one's especially for you. To reinforce their hives, bees use a resin from poplar and evergreen trees called propolis. It's basically beehive glue. Although bees use it as a caulk, humans can use it to treat what? What can you treat with propolis?
And it's for me because it's something that I have. Is it eczema?
Yeah.
Is it really?
That's funny.
Eczema, as well as cavities,
I have those.
cold sores.
I have that.
Canker sores, herpes.
I have oral herpes.
Yeah.
Wow.
Sore throat. It's used to fight off bacteria, viruses, and fungi.
Wow.
Fungi. How do you say that?
I think it's fungi. Funge.
Funge.
That's cool.
Let's stick with funge.
Funge.
That is
Funge.
really cool. Bees
Yeah.
are the coolest.
Yeah. Okay. Ever. Next question. Nectar laced with what helps bees remember where the flower is, increasing chances of a return visit? So scientists have laced flowers with what? A, caffeine, B, cocaine, C, synthetic adrenaline, or D, all three. They all
All
work.
three.
No, that's incorrect.
Is it cocaine?
No, actually cocaine fucks them up. It's caffeine.
Wow.
Caffeine is a plant defense chemical that shoos harmful insects away and lures pollinators in. So scientists at Newcastle University found that nectar laced with caffeine helps bees remember where the flower is, which increases the chances of a return visit. So it's good for pollination.
Wow.
And while caffeine makes bees work better, cocaine turns them into big fat liars. They dance to communicate, a way of giving fellow bees directions to good food. But when they have cocaine, when they're all fucked up on cocaine, the honeybees exaggerate their moves and overemphasize the food's quality. So they're not giving accurate information.
Right.
They're like,
Yeah,
wow,
they're
it's really
hyped up.
great.
They're
They're like
yeah,
over
No,
it's
cool,
really good.
Really
Right.
good.
Yeah.
You're gonna want this.
And then they even
I love to dance.
yeah. They're like, wow. And then they even exhibit withdrawal symptoms after the cocaine. So
Aww.
I know.
That's really neat.
I know. Yeah. And I just made up synthetic adrenaline. I don't know what that would do.
Wow.
But yeah, so interesting. So caffeine is like, kind of like us. Like have a cup of have a cup of coffee in the morning and, get your work done.
That's so cute.
Yeah.
I love it.
A cup.
Love it.
Okay. Lindsey, number 5.
Yes. No, it's Ever, I think. Is it?
No,
Is
I
it my
just
turn?
answered.
No,
it.
I think it's your turn.
Yeah.
Okay.
What is the shape of the hive? A honeycomb. It's the most efficient structure in nature. The walls all meet at a precise 120 degree angle, which creates what perfect shape?
Is it a hexagon?
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow, look at you.
Yeah.
Good girl. All right, last question ever.
Okay.
Okay. Scientists studied bee behavior, okay, and they wrote up a few algorithms about how they behave, and their findings have improved computer models that police use to find felons, especially serial killers. What was this behavior that was most studied for these algorithms of bee behavior that correlates to serial killer behavior? A, how close to the hive bees choose to collect pollen. B, flying the shortest route possible between flowers. Or C, the different personalities that are exhibited by some thrill-seeking bees.
Would it be C?
No, it's actually...
I'm bad at bee
but
traits.
well, those are all bee traits. Those are actually all bee behaviors. Right. So they always fly the shortest route. That's one thing that they've studied. They're always the most efficient possible. Like it's like no other animal is as efficient as they are with like just taking the shortest route. And they do find that bees, some have different personalities and some are thrill seekers. And they also have a buffer zone like serial killers have. So that's why it's A. So
oh wow, yeah, that makes sense.
yeah, so serial killers will commit their crime. Serial killers will commit their crimes. It's a lot of C's. Close to home, but far away enough that the neighbors don't get suspicious, right? So it's convenient for them. It's close, so they're not like gone for too long and gets noticed that way. But they're also not so close to home that it's like, well, it keeps happening in this neighborhood. They must live in this neighborhood, right? So it's like the buffer zone. They have this area. And bees do the same thing by collecting pollen near their hives, but far enough away from the hive that predators won't follow them there.
Wow.
So it's like they create a buffer zone. So like,
damn.
Yeah. So it's really interesting that police actually used like that algorithm to try to start to track killers. Yeah. Interesting, right?
I have never been more impressed with an insect in
I know.
my life.
I know.
I mean, this is incredible.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is not our first bee quiz on Fuck
It's
You, I'm
not.
Smarter. And I feel like there's so much more
more to learn.
Wow.
And that was all about bees.
Well, I loved that game. We are at our final game of the episode, and we're going ag heavy on this show.
Here we go. Just for you,
It's been a
Ever.
minute.
We're going at agriculture class. Now we know it's called ag class.
For those in the know.
We're going to play a game called You Look Like a Farmer in Those Clothes.
That's
the
so
name of your
funny.
game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
You look like a farmer in those clothes. Cool. I have a question for both of you.
Okay.
What kind of milk do brown cows produce?
Cow's milk.
Interesting.
Yeah, cow's milk.
Did you know that a lot of people thought chocolate milk was the answer?
No, they didn't.
I think children think that.
A certain percentage of the U.S. population that was asked believes that brown cows produce chocolate milk.
There's no hope here.
I'm going to do an over-under. Okay, we're going to do Price is Right rules.
Okay.
What percentage, for both of you, what percentage of the U.S. population, when asked, thought that brown cows make chocolate milk? Kelly, what do you think?
35.
Wow. Interesting.
I'm gonna say 13.
Ever is closer. It is 7%.
Oh, thank God.
But that's
that's still like
too
a lot
much.
of people.
Yeah, that's like that just shows how much like faith we have in the American education system.
Yeah,
that we were like, no, we're idiots.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
I'm like, I probably was under.
Closer to 50%. Yeah.
Also, a study conducted by the Department of Agriculture in the early 90s, so this is a while now, revealed that almost 20% of adults didn't know that hamburgers were made of beef.
Jeez. What did they?
That makes
I mean, I
Ham?
don't even. Oh.
Ham.
Wow.
All right, we're going to do this again over under, okay?
Okay.
For
Okay.
both of you.
Did you give Ever the point?
Yes,
for the,
I
okay.
did. I did. What is the longest recorded flight of a chicken? Okay, because chickens.
I mean, this is recorded, so who knows what they do in their spare time?
right, but they're
like, when
not
we're
like
watching.
really.
Yeah.
They're not really known to like fly far, you know.
Yeah, like not when they're being watched. That's my whole point.
But what do you think is the longest?
Is it one continuous flight, or are they taking a break?
one
in a tree?
continuous flight?
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And we're doing.
300 yards.
Yeah, we're doing.
Let's do it by seconds.
we're doing it by time?
We're doing it by
Okay.
seconds.
so
Seconds.
it's. So we
How
know it's
many
under. So we know
seconds?
it's under a minute.
We know it's under a minute.
Okay. I'm gonna go Gone in 60 seconds.
Wow. All right.
I'm going to say closer to 60 seconds, 58. Yeah.
Wow.
Well, Ever gets it
It's
right,
closer.
but only because it's 13 seconds. That's it.
What? Come on. No, these chickens out here, they can fly.
13 seconds.
13 seconds.
They're like, we don't do this. This is not what these wings are for aesthetics. Like, yeah.
It says perhaps.
This is not a functional wing.
It says the longest ever recorded distance of a chicken was 301 feet.
In 13 seconds?
I don't know. It
That's
seems like a lot. That seems like a lot.
I guess for 13.
I really wanted that chicken to go.
Yeah. I want that chicken to fly
Ooh.
fly free.
What if we gave the chicken cocaine?
Ooh.
Do you think it would fly further?
Maybe.
All right.
No.
Drop dead.
I think it would die.
All right.
My mom had a chicken that lasted. Chirpy just died for almost 13 years on the back porch. All the other chickens got eaten by snakes, and this chicken wouldn't go back in the chicken house. It slept on the porch.
Knew what it was doing.
Wow.
And it had its own thing. Yeah, and she acted like a cat.
Oh, that's so
I
cute.
can't
They're
believe
really
this.
smart.
They had a chicken for 13 years.
That's amazing.
13 years.
That's incredible.
I know.
insane.
That's
a
Wow.
witch.
yeah, that chicken's a witch.
The
I
witch.
feel like that is a really long
Yeah.
life for a chicken. I mean, I don't know the life expectancy of chickens. Lindsay, look up the life expectancy.
I got another over under.
Okay.
Okay.
Ready?
Mm.
How fast can a pig run a mile? So I run like a 10-minute mile. Okay.
Brag.
Well, that's not that fast. That's pretty
Sounds
average.
fast.
It's pretty average.
Sounds fast to me.
How fast do you think a pig can run a mile?
7 minutes.
Interesting.
I was going to go 8.
It's 7 minutes.
Whoa!
It is
Damn!
7
I'm
7-minute
on
mile.
the board finally. My first
That's
point.
incredible.
That's fast.
Wow, that's really fast.
Fast ass pig.
That is a fast.
That's some pig.
That's a
That's a pig.
Okay, let's see. Let's do 2 more. Okay.
Okay.
This one is, I'll do one for Ever, one for Kelly.
Okay.
So Ever,
Okay.
there are approximately 969,000 women farmers in the United States.
Tight.
That's a lot.
So
That's good.
nationally, women make up about 30% of the farmers.
Okay.
In this state, women make up 45% of the farmers. Okay. What state do you think that is? Is it A?
Massachusetts.
Oh, I'll give you A, B, and C because it's not Massachusetts.
Okay. No, damn.
Is it A, Arizona, B, California, or C, Montana?
B.
California is incorrect.
That was my
Damn,
guess.
you almost got me.
I
And you're gonna
know.
say it's correct.
What is
I
that?
know.
Psych me out. What? Arizona?
It's Arizona.
Okay, Arizona.
I know.
All I would have thought California for some reason. Just feels,
We're always being fed it. Like
Yes.
at a farmer's market or like on a bus stop. They're like, here's a woman farmer.
Right.
We're
Yeah.
inclusive.
Right.
No.
lies.
Inclusive liars. Okay. We'll do one more. This one's for
They're on
Kelly.
cocaine, over-representing.
All right, Kelly, last question.
Okay.
Farmers get blank cents to the dollar. Okay? So after all the labor, water, land, resources, blah, 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 by the time the product is actually bought, they get blank cents to the dollar. Is it A, 7 cents, B, 16 cents, or C, 30 cents?
This seems.
Huh. I'm going to say 7.
No, it is 16
Okay,
cents
good.
to the
It's
dollar.
a little better, but I really was, I mean, you think about all the stuff that goes into it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, for our listeners out there, if you want to be a farmer, you're in luck.
Oh,
because they really need you.
okay.
Just a little fun fact.
Ag needs you.
The U.S. Department of Agriculture recently reported that while there are 60,000 agriculture job openings expected annually and anally in this nation.
That's a job. That's a type of job. Don't knock it.
There are only 35,000 graduates available to fill them. So if you need a new gig, you better put on some overalls.
That's right.
And look like a farmer.
Grow your
in those
mullet and
clothes.
get to business. Take off your
Here we
shoes and get
go.
out in the field.
I love
We
it.
got somewhere to go.
Yeah.
And that's not just farmers. That goes for you can be a food scientist. You can be an engineer.
Yeah, you can drop little pieces of cocaine
in
on flowers for the bees.
You can sell agricultural equipment. All the things. The possibilities are endless.
This episode was sponsored by the U.S. Department of Agriculture.
By John.
I know.
Job Corps. Okay,
Well,
great,
that's
thanks.
it. That was You Look Like a Farmer in Those Clothes.
Cool.
All right.
Cute.
Now's the time.
Now is the moment.
Marcia just came in.
She's ready to tally up the points.
She's
She knows
gonna
who the
tally
winner
up
is. She's
the
got a little
points.
smirk on her face. She's giving us the side eye.
Before we say who the wiener is.
Yeah.
How are we feeling? Ever, how are you feeling
I'm not
about
confident.
Do you feel
I think I got third.
interesting?
No, but I only got one question right. I'm pretty
I
sure.
don't know. Okay, so then you're third, then I'm second.
Okay.
I
okay.
actually surprisingly did not do horrible in this game. I've done horrible
Yeah,
for
it's
like
'cause I-
months straight.
It's because I softballed you all those questions about diseases you have.
Right. That's true. That is true.
I mean, that's a good friend.
Yeah.
That's
That is a really good friend. She did cheat for me this episode. You gave me like a good
That's nice.
3 extra points
I
for
should
that.
have done that.
Yeah.
It's fine
Now
because
I'm
I
upset with myself.
still didn't win.
Okay.
So it doesn't matter.
Okay.
So Marcia came in.
Oh, if you didn't win and I didn't win.
Well, Kelly, you're correct. You only had 1 point. Okay. But
But you won.
but I
But you
did.
still won
Yeah,
somehow.
you are the winner.
Yeah.
I got 4 points. It's been a while.
That's
It's
rough.
been a while since I
That's
got
pretty
4.
rough.
It's been a while since I've gotten 4 points.
Because you usually get less.
Ever is our winner with 7 points.
Nice.
Damn.
Nice.
Wow.
Nice.
Okay.
Ever,
Thank you so much.
could be a farmer in those clothes.
Thank you so much.
All right,
Oh my
Ever,
goodness.
you are our winner. This is very
Congratulations.
exciting.
Thank you so much.
This could be the first time someone from Texas has. We don't know because I don't remember any other guests from Texas.
I don't know.
Do you?
No. Have we had a Texan
I think
guest?
we have, but I
must
can't remember who
But
it
I don't.
was.
Okay. Well, who cares about them? We only care about Ever.
Ever, congratulations.
Thanks
As our winner, you get to make a valedictorian speech and you get to look at us and give us your best fuck you, I'm smarter, and you could do it in any order that you'd like.
Okay. Well, I don't think it. Okay, let me think about a good fuck you, I'm smarter. Because I think that there's like a really nice passive way to say, like, oh, it's pretty disappointing how that you guys didn't win.
Yeah, like a bless your heart.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, bless your heart. Oh, bless y'all's heart. Y'all really tried hard, but maybe next time, but I doubt it. Fuck you, I'm smarter.
Yeah.
That was good. That was very Texas of you.
I will say that being here today as the champion of Fuck You, I'm Smarter doesn't come as a surprise. It has been a lifelong journey of mine to take the roles, responsibilities, and lessons that I've learned to teach you fucknuts. I'm not doing a good job right now.
You're doing great.
I'm honestly, I couldn't believe that I won. I feel like I just won an Emmy.
Yes.
Of course I wanted to win, but did I think I could win with, it's an honor to be nominated. It's an honor to be playing. So this valedictorian speech really goes to all of y'all. too, because I wouldn't be here without
Aw,
you.
thank you,
Thank you
Ever.
for including us in
Thank
that.
you.
And
It
our
was so fun
listeners.
playing with you. It was so fun getting to
Thank
know
y'all.
you as well. Do you want to plug all your plugs for our listeners?
Yeah, where can we find you?
Yeah. You can find me across socials at Ever, like the word, EVER, Mainard, MAINARD, and evermainard.com. I teach a class called Get Riffed pretty frequently, and that's a class that incorporates meditation, improv techniques, and stand-up to help build... it started off like how to build riffs and stand-up, but now it's all about like the performer-audience dynamic and knowing yourself to become a better performer.
Oh, cool.
And then I have a live show coming to the Elysian Theater called What's Your Problem, Sir? That is strictly a little bit of storytelling, but mainly riffing and crowd work.
Cool.
Awesome.
So that's really
Oh my God,
exciting.
how fun.
Yeah.
Oh, we gotta go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we'll
And that's it.
No,
Just
yeah, anything
yeah,
else?
sure.
Okay.
Well-
That's great stuff.
plug all your plugs, and if anything else comes up, we can always add it. So just let us know.
Cool.
And our listeners can find us at Kelly and Lindsey on Instagram. You can watch this episode with Ever on our YouTube Live. All the links are in our bio on our Instagram. And Ever, again, thank you so much for playing with us.
Thank y'all for having me. I had a blast.
Yeah,
Yay,
we'll
thank
see you on the
you.
social meds.
See you on the socials. Bye, y'all.
Bye.
Fuck you, I'm smarter.